Welcome back to part two
of
the Wendell
the summer
Sailor
series.
Bet Nation guest series.
Yes.
We're going to rip into a few more stories here, so stay tuned.
So, why I don't throw a lot of punches, and why I don't, especially like in a bar or outside of a bar, and you can have arguments. Young Thomas Kelly, who got kicked here. Actually, when I was at Sunrise, I actually had coffee with him. I saw his mum and dad sitting there, and I actually bought them. So I said, "Do you mind if I sit with you?" And I sat with them for about 15 or 20 minutes, and I bought them a coffee, and they had a coffee, and I picked it up, and then you know what? They didn't only lose him. They lost another son to depression and suicide about 18 months later.
Yeah.
And that's what I always remember. That's why whenever I go out with you on that, we're always good.
It's all right.
He might say one more, but that's okay.
Man, it's always
rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
One more is like one.
And that's a collateral damage. And we did a little bit of work with Danny Green as well back in the day.
Champion, yeah.
It's that coward punch and all that sort of stuff as well. The knock-on effect, the ramifications are a lifetime.
Yeah.
And changing. And
I feel like we're moving in the right direction. They're not as frequent. I feel like for a while there, it was nearly one a week in the news.
I know, but you're right. We're in the right direction. But you know what the problem is now? We've got the problem with the young girls now. The young girls are starting to sort of film themselves fighting. That's what I read. So us young men or men are trying to get it. Even older men are trying to. We get it. But and I got mates who go like, "Oh, I'll go to mates, mate, not worth it," because mate, you think about it,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, mate. Mate, you hit someone, mate. I think there's one or two rugby league. I think Craig Field, he went to jail for a little while. But I mean, that's the thing, mate. And also, you're taking someone's life, mate. If it goes the wrong way, or they're going to be,
It's just not. Yeah, I don't know. We're lovers, not fighters.
I
know you are as well.
Oh, I'm a lover.
Well,
it's just like
a waste of time, effort, and energy.
Just go out and enjoy yourself. So don't get so worked up.
I like going to a bar, watching sport, talking to people. I like meeting heaps of people.
What you want to be able to do, and you want to be able to do that. And you having not to camouflage yourself when you do go out. You should be able to bloody well go out and be you. Yeah. Be proud of what you've achieved.
Yeah.
But be yourself. First and foremost, you are what your driver's license says. And that's something you should be able to do.
And that's one thing which I was a bit wasn't annoyed about, but when we went up for Origin.
Yeah.
And you should be able to walk down Caxton Street without a hassle.
Yeah.
We should be able to get some content. We should be able to go and have a beer, have a laugh. But at that time, and probably still, there's just going to be one or two
the antagonists,
F-wits that you just can't do it. But
you know one thing I do like now. It's like I like when people have come up to me and say, "Hey, I apologise. I was calling you this name, that name, and I realise now that I was a bit too immature then." And then also, and I've got to tell you this now. When people have seen in the Waratahs when I'm yelling and going on my jumper like this, and not just talking the blue jumper, I had to put people around my wife and kids and that because they were sledging my name, and my daughter's 3, and they were just telling me what colour I was, and and so my wife would tell me after the game, and then so all of a sudden I'd buy like 12 to 15 tickets and put my mates around my kids because when you're a young bloke, when you're a young bloke, you're not understanding what you're doing. They're not understanding that. And to be fair to my ex-wife Tara, she'd and my mum was there and my mother-in-law on that. She said, "Excuse me, these are Wendell's kids. Can you please show some respect?" And one or two of the guys, but there was always one little smart ass kid going.
Always one,
but that's going to happen everywhere now. But anyway, that's
I'll cut this out, but for us Victorian ones, we know about you, Wendell, but I don't know enough about the sledging, and I don't want to go into specifics of it. Do you want just is it some of the stuff maybe Adam Woods used to cough back in the day? Would it be similar?
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you as well, because I can imagine you guys going up, and he's a mad mate. Yeah. He's like a mad fan of yours. Yeah. And for him to go up there and do some of this stuff that's your street talks, if you like. Yeah. And so the shit that you cop is just...
Yeah. So
is it racial stuff, or is it just connotations around you?
Sailor, you black cunt. Sailor, you fucking nigger. And my kids are sitting there. So Adam Goods had a go at that young girl. It wasn't about the young girl. And I've said this. There's a really good thing on
Twitter. No, it was never about the young girl.
I know. Yeah. But even for me, if she's a byproduct of her upbringing. So, but also, I felt that for Adam not to go back. See, I'll always go back because, mate, I said you can't have it both ways. In a way, I didn't use that racial stuff. But then the hardest thing I had was then my son started going through it. So when Tristan was 15, I still like the Dragons. And this is what happened. So Tristan dropped the ball in a final. I was away at Triple M, and all of a sudden my wife rings me, and I've just been seeing my mum in the home, and she goes, "Hey, babe, can you talk?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I got some bad news." She goes, "What?" She goes, Tristan's coach. I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, he dropped the ball when he was 15. He lost the ball, and his coach calls him a dumb black cunt." That's it. That's why it's building now, mate. See, that's why, and as I said to him, we don't go out to look, but I'm just saying, at some stage, I'm not going to have you. It's like a volcano.
Yeah.
And that's why, and the hardest one I had when the media,
everybody's got a ceiling.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So that's why, so when that blue jersey, mate, I played for the Waratahs one year. All the boys go, "Oh, mate, you're going." I was going, "No," because all these little fucking private school boys are going, "Hey, Sailor, you fucking black trader, you fucking nigger, fuck off back to New South Wales." And I go, and then that's when we were winning and that, I go, "I fucking got your nigger right here." That's what I was saying. I got your nigger right here. Because I told Wayne Bennett, the best thing I got, I will not lie, I've told you that, but Wayne Bennett, he loves me, and he goes, "Mate, you're a fucking target, mate." Because people are jealous of you. But it's funny how
it's tall poppy.
Yeah, I know, but it's funny. But when you get kids, it's fucking different. If it's me, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know. But when you start targeting kids or grandkids,
that's what I mean.
And all that sort of stuff.
My granddaughter's fucking 5. She doesn't need that. But she wasn't in the crowd. But when I'm sitting in the crowd, and I don't care. I don't care about me. But it's just about it's your family. When you start targeting your family, and even when my son went through that shit, and just to quickly talk about it at lunch, mate, even some of the coppers are really
disgusting.
Good. Yeah, but even some of the coppers were good. But I know a lot of coppers. They pushed my 17-year-old daughter back into the fucking room to try and fucking find Tristan's undies and that. We'll talk about it later at lunch. And so there was 11 of them, and they waited till I went to fucking Triple M. I got mates who are special forces who've been on, and they call me straight away. But it's just everyone's different, mate. It's it is. Everyone's got bad eggs. Anyway, it's all right. It's
we digress.
Yeah, it's all right.
Go back to
question,
great. You've been good today, Phil.
I know.
He's been on, mate. He's been
because I know.
Even though I think Jordan asked that question, I don't think it was you.
I know what weight you have held within the Queensland community and with the Broncos stuff and everything like that. So it's just been nice to sit down and have a decent conversation because you're quite boring at times.
Well, that's so funny, isn't it?
But you know what I like? I like that, even though Queensland, New South Wales, I can come to Melbourne. People know. This morning, I had 3 photos on. Toorak down there? I was down there getting a coffee. Crossroad from the Emerson, I was staying there, and then he goes Wendell Sailor, and I was just going I was looking to get an Uber somewhere, which is the best place, and then even when I go to Perth, I go to Adelaide. Adelaide's great, and it's because also not just rugby league, but because I played rugby union, but also of course I've done Dancing with the Stars.
Yes,
I've done The Masked Singer.
Before you go, move on to all that.
Yeah.
It intrigued me. I was sitting at when you FaceTime Macca the morning of the wedding, my mates.
Yeah.
We were sitting there watching old league replays, and the 08-09 Dragons came on. And tell us about so you had that break, the
2 years suspension.
2 years suspension. Did you want to delve into that or not? Really?
Yeah, I can tell you. So when I was at the Waratahs, I was having a good time. Like I was living the high life. I had mates who ran bars and stuff, and obviously. A lot of females out and about, a lot of female friends. So then I went out on a Wednesday night with a mate and then partied. But the game was on Sunday, so probably not great counting days. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 5 days, and they got a metabolite in my system. You shouldn't be partying through the season, but I'm just going to say I'm not the only one. No, so I'm the only one. So my fault. I owned it, and I owned it when they said, "Oh, look, if you give us some names, we'll cut it back to a year. Give us some people." No, yeah. And I just said, no. I said, but it was a metabolite, and I said, I know I partied on a Wednesday night. They said, "You sure you didn't take it day of the game or day before the game to enhance your performance?" I said, "No disrespect, because it's a stimulant." I said, "No." But what was good is they said, "Okay, we understand that, but we're going to give you a 2-year ban." And that wasn't just from ASADA, because that was ASADA.
Yeah.
That was from, what it was from? It was also from the Waratahs didn't want to lose me because, but at the same time, Australian Rugby Union saw it as a way to cut me from my contract.
Yeah.
But once again, I didn't do the right things. And
So what was your 6 years with Australian rugby in the end?
5 years. 5 years. 5 years. Yeah. So, and look, to be honest, they're the rules. But the thing I like about myself, it was harder for my wife and kids. Mate, I got a lot of work in and around that because of my honesty. And this is one thing I'll say about John O'Neill. Anyone that knows me and knows who I am, I'll always tell the truth. I will never snitch on anybody. I'll always stand up for myself and my family. Yeah. But World Cup was next year in 2007. Actually, I ended up being the ambassador for World Cup rugby, for Australian rugby, at the casino, at the Star or the Star City back in the day. So it was a good gig. And John O'Neill goes, because he goes, mate, Wendell Sailor's a good person. He made a mistake. And I think that speaks volumes about people that have worked with me. Yeah. And look, I get a bit excited. Let's just say I get a bit excited, okay?
You?
But one thing I like is the people that have
Tell you
supported
what, you'd be
me.
entertaining to sit next to on an aeroplane.
Oh, mate.
I imagine sitting next to you two on an aeroplane. Someone in the middle.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
You'd need the email sort of
mate.
So mate, it's funny, but I've always liked people, and as I've said, you understand, and you and I get along quite well, and we get along well. But that's the thing I like about me is like no one can ever say I'm a liar, and sometimes I have to get off social media because when people start spraying me, and I just like I'm not rude to them. Yeah, I just go, what are you even talking about? And then my daughter goes, Dad, why even bother? You don't even know them. And this is the thing about my daughter. My daughter is my favorite kid. You know why? Because she's my daughter. She's 23. And you know what he said to me?
No.
He said?
Yeah.
Oh, what did I say?
Remember that time you were saying, oh, your daughter, like, what if I dated your daughter? Like,
oh, Jesus. Hey, hang on.
When did I say that?
There's a ticket on you.
No, when we know.
I mean, I'm a good fella.
How old are you? You're a good fella, but you're not dating my daughter, mate.
29.
So my daughter,
wow.
I think the world of you. So my daughter lives in Galway, and Tristan lives over at over in Manchester now. And I always get up to watch him play. I love Tristan. What he's been through to get to where he is now, he made me realise. Just, mate, you know what? Adversity. And,
tenacious.
Yeah, mate, yeah. And he's a handsome-looking dude, too. And he actually studied law, proper law. And then I said to him, why don't you just become a lawyer? More money in it. And then he's killing it now. Yeah. So hopefully I'm going to go and see him hopefully at the end of this year sometime.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Back to that 08-09. Yeah. You got back with
Dragons,
back with Wayne. So he's linked that back up.
No,
you did your
you're wrong.
No. Eventually, though.
Yeah.
But you, who was Nath Brown was there?
Yeah, you got it.
Nath Brown was there.
You know your stuff. I like you.
What was your name? I'm going to write it down.
Just send it the chat.
We're keeping you.
Nathan Brown. Nathan Brown rang me about 3 or 4 months ago, and you weren't allowed to call people who were suspended. Anyway, he calls me and he goes, this is a great story. He goes, Dell, it's Brownie. And I played against Brownie and Gordon Tallis and that because they came through like 92 and I was like 93. And Brownie's always been good. So I've got to thank Nathan Brownie. Everyone thinks it's Peter Dowse, which it's never going to be Peter Dowse. But I've got to thank, I've got to thank, and what Brownie was good at.
Is Peter Dowse Coops's?
Yeah. Peter Dowse is not a good person, mate. Like Peter Dowse has got no friends, mate. Fat Cat's got more friends than Peter Dowse.
Fat Cat needs a friend.
Yeah. Anyway, so Brownie calls me and love this story. So. And this is a very good story. I want to tell the story for ages, and I haven't told this story because I've done a podcast for like 18 months. Anyway, so this is a great story. And all of a sudden, Brownie goes, Dally goes, mate, what do you think about coming back to the Dragons? And I'm like, I'm 33 and obviously a little bit heavy, I'm not, but I've been playing touch and like, I've been doing the corporate stuff and that, and I did Dancing with the Stars and a few other things actually. And one of the other ones I did was Treasure Island. You know who I got stuck on the island with?
Who?
Rebecca Lewis. David Beckham's mistress, the one that he was.
Oh,
yeah, so, mate, what a great.
Didn't have that in me,
Yeah.
Where's this, pal?
Yeah, I know.
Just write that, Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca Lewis.
We'll have a chat about this at lunch.
I've got Mark Beretta written down.
Yeah. And can I say this? I'm going, mate, I've made a couple of mistakes. I don't need to be stranded on an island with like 6 females. And one of them being Rebecca Lewis, who's had an affair with Dave Beckham, allegedly.
Allegations.
Yeah.
It's all allegations.
And the funny thing was, the first day, she picked me, she goes, I'm sleeping next to you tonight. And I'm going, no. Anyway, so we move on. So
Nathan Brown.
Yeah, Nathan Brown. And he goes to me, he goes, mate, I spoke to the boys. He goes, Matt Cooper. He goes, Ben Hornby, Ben Cray, all the boys. They go, Dean Young. They go, they want to play with you because he goes, I brought up. He goes, mate, I'm thinking about signing Wendell Sailor. They go, I'd rather play with the big prick than against him.
Yeah.
So he goes, mate, I need you to be ready in 4 months. We got a contract for you for 2 years. And I said, yep, okay, no problems. So about 8 weeks gone past, and I've done a little bit of training, feeling good. Next minute, front page of the paper, Willie Mason and Wendell Sailor up in far north Queensland. We were just up there drinking, having cocktails and all that. And then, anyway.
Cocktails?
Cocktails. Nathan Brown, because we're in the same management company at the time. Nathan Brown he goes, mate, what are you doing? He goes, mate, you're supposed to be here rocking up in 4 or 5 weeks or whatever. Here you are with Willie Mason, who's just left the Roosters, just left the Dogs for the Roosters, and here you are rubbing sun cream on his back. Anyway.
SPF 30.
Yeah. And he goes,
that's skin.
Yeah. And then he goes, and by the way, you told me you've been training, you look like you're fucking pregnant. So, mate, this is
cameras everywhere, pal.
That's true story. So then we're on the bus, and I said, mate, I'm going to have to go. I said, Brownie's not happy. And he goes, what? He goes, no. He goes, mate, Thurston's coming to meet us. And I said, what? He goes, yeah, Thurston. Thurston had his 2 wrists operated on. He was driving from Townsville to Mission Beach. What about that for commitment? I said,
commitment.
Yeah, I said, mate, I love Thursday, but when he comes, I'm going. Anyway, so we're on the bus, and we're on our little bus, and there's like about 8 of us. Anyway, and he goes, Dale, I've got a phone call for you. I said, who is it? He goes, it's Benny Cousins. What? I said, what? He goes, have you ever spoken to Benny Cousins? And I said, I don't even know him. Anyway, so speaking to Benny Cousins, and he goes, oh, mate, this is funny. I've got to take my breath here.
Benny Cousins is taking his breath away. Go on.
Hang on.
So Mace goes, mate, Cuzzy's on the phone for you. I said, what do you mean? What's he got for me? Anyway, I said, hey, Cuzzy, how you going, mate? And this is when he was going through his tough stuff, and I only got a couple months to go. Anyway, and I said, hey, how you going, mate? He goes, yeah, good. And he's up and about, Benny Cousins. And this is in the afternoon. He's up and about. And he goes, yeah, I can't believe they suspended you for 2 years, mate. What were they thinking? I said, oh, mate, I may have done the wrong thing, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, mate, anyway, stick strong. He goes, next time I'm in Sydney, he goes, you still live in Sydney? He goes, we'll catch up. And you know when you say, yeah, we'll catch up? I said, yeah, mate, yeah, sweet, we'll catch up. And I didn't think anything of it. Anyway, I get back at about 2 weeks later, get a message on my phone. He goes, hello. He goes, hello. I said, message was there like, hello, this is Cuzzy, Dell, are you there? Anyway, and then I said to Tara, I said to my wife at the time, Tara goes, who's that? I said, Benny Cousins. And she goes, if you fucking catch up with him, you deserve another fucking 2 years. so that's like, in that, and that was my comeback there. I got back to the Dragons. Hey, from the heart, I'll forever be thankful for the Dragons for giving me a second chance. Wasn't the player that I was at the Broncos, but it helped me restore my reputation. But also my son played at that club. For my son to play at that club, I love the Red V.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't love the club, but even when Tristan left there, our family still support the Dragons, the Broncos, the clubs that we played against a few others. But I love the fact that whenever I watch my son play in a Broncos jersey or a Dragons jersey, I think about my parents and the hard work they put in, because it's not about me anymore. I know people think it's about me. I know I might be on the walls with all these awards and that Player of the Year and all that and Best Back and all that, but it's not about me.
No. It's never about you.
Never has been as well. And that was probably some sort of healing as well, as far as doing that, coming back after the
drug suspension. So you got to call it as it is. This is the problem with our young men and young women today. If you make a mistake, put up your hand and own it. And this is what, whether it's Wayne Carey, whether it's me, whether it's whoever, like Warnie. You know why people love Warnie, mate? We can't do a Warnie done, mate. Like Warnie was a maverick, mate. He was,
Unbelievable.
But people who make mistakes, you look at Steve Smith, Dave Warner, like, mate, if you don't forgive yourself, mate, it's going to keep, and that's that mental health. So I forgive myself for everything in life now. And mate, I'm telling you now, even my marriage, like I wasn't the marrying type probably, but I love my wife. She gave me 2 beautiful kids.
I was going to say, look what came of that.
Yeah, I know, 2 beautiful kids. And then I got another son.
And a potential son-in-law.
Yeah, potential. Yeah, but
we can chat about this at night. We'll take this offline.
Oh, he's good, mate. He's
And would you credit, the Dragons went on to win 2010 Do you credit?
No, I'd credit for me. Because
you have to.
I was 08, 09, so those couple of years I played there. But Wayne Bennett was the one. I wanted to play another year. I had another year to go. And Wayne Bennett goes, "You'd love this." Wayne goes, "What are you thinking?" Because at the end of 09, my body was tired. I couldn't really beat anyone. I was just holding my own, and I sort of knew. And you'd love this. So Wayne Bennett looks me in the eye, and he goes, "What are you thinking? What are you thinking next year?" I said, "I might go one more year." He goes, "Well, if you do, you'll be playing reserve grade." So he tapped me on the shoulder.
Honest.
Yeah, right decision. Nightingale, who probably should have been back into that season 2009, but we still wouldn't have won because the Dragons, we got ahead of ourselves in the minor premiership. But Wayne Bennett once again, and I can tell you, I speak to Wayne Bennett every couple of weeks. I could be away. "Hey, coach, what's going on?" "Mate, can I tell you?" I don't reckon when he signed me 18, he thought at 51 he's still getting phone calls from me, but he gets phone calls from a lot of the boys. We love him. Alan Langer still rings him on the piss. The boys still ring him on the piss and that, but also boys still ring him just to chat. Mate, Glenn Lazarus rang me the last 12 months to see if I was okay.
When you first met, you were a pup, so
I was 18, yeah.
An influential person in your life, and still is.
Yeah. And that's why
over 30 years.
Easy, yeah.
Well, there's no excuses for that, other than the fact that he is what he is to you, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, you know, I look at Wayne Bennett, and I'm glad that he signed me as a youngster, but also he's given me the right advice as a father, and also through my adoption, and sometimes, and I think the best thing that he said to me was, "You know what it is? Everyone thinks that you love yourself." But what it is sometimes you don't love yourself enough, and it's quite the opposite. Yeah. You like everyone else, and when you've been through what everyone's got a story. It's not just me. You can't whinge about like.
I grew up in the rice fields, but you don't. I don't.
And that's where I fall into that sort of father figure a little bit, don't I?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
But that's what I like.
I like the ground
leading the blind.
Yeah, but that's what I like. Even when I've gone overseas and played like rugby, mate, I met Nelson Mandela, mate. If it wasn't for my parents bringing him up the right way, mate, I could have been passed around from adoption to adoption. If my birth mum, I could have been that story, but it wasn't that way. Mate, God had a plan for me without getting too religious.
No, and that makes sense.
We can have religious.
Yeah, no.
You still go to church?
No, but actually.
We should go on Sunday, Phil.
Yeah, well, you know what? I dated a girl last year for 6 months who was really good. She was like me. She was a Christian. Like, I'll be honest, I'm a sinner. all I say, it didn't last long, but we still keep in contact. She was really good for me. She was really nice.
Grounding.
Just get back to Nightingale went to wing. They won it.
Yep.
Shout out Kurt Bandy, by the way. We were at a Bucks party in Sydney. We're sitting at Rose Hill, sitting around naming all the random rugby league players.
Cool. How good's that game, mate? That's great.
You just sit around. That 2010 Dragons team. Nightingale, me and Coopsy.
You know what?
Ben Craig.
Brett Morris here. Brett Morris. Mick Wayman called me a couple of weeks ago. He goes, "Mate," he goes, "What are you doing, big fella?" He goes, "Come down to the farm." I said, "Yeah, sweet. That's what I'm saying."
Yeah,
People who know, mate, there's nothing better than going back to the farm. When I'm offline, I go back to the farm. Mate, I'll go back to your hometowns and we'll go out there. And
We'll go to Leeton.
I love Leeton.
We'll take the road trip. The Almanac might go to Leeton, I reckon.
Whoa!
You been to Leeton?
They won't let him in, mate.
Nah,
fucking
my anklet goes off.
We should go to a show at Leeton one time.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
With Sporties.
Yeah.
For the Greenie, after the Greenies play.
100%.
We'll sort it out.
Isn't there some sort of race?
The Leeton Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too soon. I think it's
this is planning, sir.
We'll forward plan.
We need to get Meghan Markle and Harry's security off them, and
well, that's true. It'll free him up for us.
Yeah.
No,
I was surprised to see them. I wondering where Prince Andrew was.
You want to know who he was?
No, where
he was.
Prince Andrew. We're showing all these guys around. I'm thinking, where's your uncle? Where's Prince Andrew?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Life after footy, big fella.
Yeah.
Tell us through. You know, all these shows, and I was looking at it, and I know I'll let Andrew take it here.
No, because this is good. It's really, really cool. It's like Dancing with the Stars in 2006. Regular on Channel 9's the NRL footy. What's been
the footy show? Sorry, I'm doing to you. The footy show. Can you spin that? Can you spin that around for footage or not?
Yeah, okay.
Just can you get up Wendell Ben Ross?
Oh yeah.
Can you get up that footage? Yeah. And I want to talk. Have you seen this?
No.
So
I remember the celebrity.
What year was it, Del?
Because
we'll educate the great man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was like 2013 or 14, I reckon.
Ben Ross, Wendell Sailor, and it should just pop up.
I'll tell you what happened.
Was it the Iron Arm Challenge?
Yeah,
to raise money for charity.
Yeah,
and didn't you break his arm?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you how good of a bloke.
Oh, you've got it there.
Yeah, 11th of June, 2015.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
For us Victorians, when listen to you to us, like
Yeah, no. But I want to tell you what happened. I want to explain what happened because he fucking lit the fire. If you
During the proceedings, an accidental.
All right, watch this, Bullis.
Yeah,
No, I've seen this.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I've never seen it.
yeah. Watch this.
Watch it, Jordo.
Yeah. So he's
Look at the pipes on the big fella.
yeah, but he's yeah. Watch this. Oh, fuck off, stop it.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Fatty, we'll go to a break.
Fat panicked.
So,
Yeah.
what was going through? You obviously heard that straight away.
Yeah, okay. So let me say, so we did that for charity. So if you win that, you win 10 grand. And I'll be honest, as I said to you, I'm not talking up. I've always been fucking strong. So I knew I think I beat Coops in the first one. I beat some young kid out of Western Sydney. You know, he was pumped up. He was a bit hard. He had long levers. It's also mindset. So I just knew I didn't want to get embarrassed anyway because I'm a bit obviously chubbier then. So in the green room, I was up 1-0. We're sitting there mucking around talking now, and he goes to me, it'd be a bit embarrassing for you to lose an arm wrestling to me. And at this stage, the devil in my head goes, fuck this bloke. I'm going to take this bloke to a new place. So I move away. And as we get out there, you could see I started to get focused. And this is, mate, it was fun until it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he gets to jump on me. And as I'm holding
You can see.
Yeah, he gets to jump on me. He's going early. And then as I'm bringing him back, what happens is he puts pressure on himself because he's trying so hard to beat me. And I knew he wasn't because I was about to beat him. But when you look at his arm after it, and I felt really bad. When I heard it snap, it's I don't like hurting people, but I could hear the snap.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like I snapped his arm in a couple of places. I thought I snapped it once, but if you see the X-ray, it snapped. I snapped it in 3 to 4 places. So, but you know what?
There was nobody in the room more shocked than you.
Yeah.
And
that
then
instant,
Fatty.
and that instant, then I want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah. Well, that's I'm an empath, and I've always been an empath. That's how I was raised, and I don't care what anyone thinks of me, but like that. Ben was also a good mate of mine. He's a Queenslander. Like us Queenslanders sticking together. Yeah. And
like live TV, a footy show.
But you know what's funny?
I think we should go to a break.
Yeah. But you know, yeah, I know, Fatty. Yeah, he's not thinking. But, but you know what's funny about that is so the next day, then the next day, the producers from Channel 9 called me. That's what I'm saying. They said, "Oh, mate, Del, you know, like blah blah blah." They said, "You know, what happened?" They said, "You know, we're thinking, well, you split the prize money." And I go, "Well, mate, yeah, right, yeah, well, I don't care, mate." So he got 5, I got 5, but I'm just thinking, why would you just give him 10 and give me 10, like, mate? And then apparently, so I gave him 5 because I was donating mine to mental health, and I was donating mine to. I just lost a little friend around that time, Gus Larkin. He was 14, 15. He just died of brain cancer. His dad started Are You OK? So I was just going to 5.
Right.
Yeah. So and you know, operated on him, Charlie T.O. So that's what I'm saying. People don't know that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that happens, and everyone's a good person.
Shit is that? Split the prize.
I know.
He's 10 for you, and he's 10.
I know, and you know, and they went all the way anyway. So then 2 days later, I ring him and I ring his wife and just to see if he's okay. And she goes, "Yep, he's had his operation." So as I go up to the hospital to visit him, and I don't want you to laugh, anyway. So no, and I'm going, what do you buy a bloke that you've snapped his arm in 3 or 4 places? As I go in, there's always a newsagent there. So I bought him a Crunchie and a Kit Kat. Okay? And when I took it in, he had a good laugh. So you got to laugh.
That's a good choice, though.
100%.
Yeah.
Told you, mate.
You're always thinking, fella.
Yeah,
You're always
yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
And these other shows.
Yeah.
Which other one stood out to you? And, you know, like
Celebrity Apprentice. That would.
Well,
did you learn a lot off that?
Yeah, I did.
Who was on that with you?
Okay. This was one of my best shows, and I'll tell you why. Because this is like just after I retired, and I was happy to do the footy show, and this is what sets you apart from other shows. And the thing was, so Dave Gingell calls me. He wants me to do the show. And I was like, nah, it's not my go up, mate. Like, so I said no to Dave Gingell. You know, he was one of the bosses at Channel 9 at the time. Yeah. And then I go like, nah. And they offered me like good money. And you know who I did it with? Shane Crawford.
Crawford, that's right.
I think
was trying to think of.
Craw might have won it. You got to Craw's so good, but
Pauline as well?
Well, this is what I was going to say to you. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Julia Morris won it. Yeah. Where did Pauline Hanson come? Where did I come?
You want me to tell you?
Please say second.
Fourth bottom.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so out of 12. Yeah, so yeah.
Well, let's call it 8.
Let's call it 8. Fourth bottom.
Yeah.
Well, it is good. No, Denny Hines and I think those other. Who was below me?
Yeah, can we go through the full?
Yeah, go.
I'll go 1 to 12.
Yeah.
Julia Morris, Jason Coleman, Jacinta Campbell, Shane Crawford, Pauline
Buddy's
Hanson,
missus.
Yeah.
Curry, Didier Cohen, Max Martin, the great Wendell Sailor, Denny Hines, Polly Porter, and Warwick Kappa.
The Wiz.
I got Warwick again. Yeah, Warwick. Yeah, I'm your number stairs.
You and the Wiz have a bit of history, pal.
Yeah, and so that was good for me because you know what happened. And then Mark Burrows calls me.
Oh.
Yeah, and he goes, Dale, mate, listen, and mate, it's Mark Burrows, Wizard Home Loans, Rugby League. I'm thinking, mate. So they softened me up a little bit, said, okay, I'll do it. And then obviously, mate, it was good too because it was nice paycheck, but also they said, mate, this will be great.
Not all about the money,
no, but this will be good for your profile and that. But you know, when I got voted off, when I got fired, I was filthy.
Mark Burrows fired.
Yeah, true story. So we're sitting there. Pauline had been in the bottom 3.
See if you can get that up.
Yeah. So we get Pauline had been in the bottom 3 times. So I'm sitting there going, I'm going to be safe, even though I didn't. My project management, I didn't do a good job there. And then that Jason Coleman. So anyway, so he's talking to us, and he goes, Del, you know, you've got contacts, and you know, you've been all over the world, and blah blah. It should have been done more. I said, yep, sure. So I thought it was sweet. Anyway, and then he goes, well, blah blah blah. Del, you're fired. Yeah. And then I was like, me? I got into the room. I rung Mark Burrows and go, are you kidding firing me? Why would you fire me? Should have fired Pauline. He brought it up one time on stage going, yeah, Del threatened me. No, I didn't threaten you, mate. The people think I threatened you. So he didn't say I threatened you. No, I didn't. I was just going, how do you fire me and not Pauline Hanson? She was in the bottom 3 times. But it was good for ratings.
Good for ratings,
yeah,
mate. That would have. That was series 1? No.
Yeah, it was first series.
That was OG.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you, mate. Hey, I don't.
And I'm not saying anything bad against Mark Burrows, but James Packer once was quoted as saying he was one of the smartest people that he's ever met.
Yeah.
So he had a bad day. That's all I'm saying, right?
Okay. I don't mind. But Mark Burrows has been really good for me. He's been a good friend because he's a champion, but a bit of a ladies' man. He which happens. He reckons, I think he's got 2 or 3 ex-wives, and he just said it's cost him like $25 million.
Screaming.
He's a good man.
Wizard Home Loans.
Yeah.
Boys, this has been a ripper.
Yeah, it has.
It's been good.
This is we knew coming into this was going to be like usually it's me, Carrie, and AB. It's always good to have a little bit of a guest in just to sort of even us out a bit and sort of come up, and it helps him as well because it brings him up to my level, I guess.
Which why aspire to be.
They're both good. Like,
what do you rate this? You know, this is in your professional career. So you've obviously got Celebrity Apprentice first.
I want to be compared to the Masked Singer.
You're above that. You're above that. You're above that.
I think we can. How are you travelling? How are you travelling now?
Yeah, what? Good.
No, just like in general. You know, you've got through all the bullshit.
No, I'm happy. I'm just happy. I just got to be smart what I do, mate. Like, not bad. Like, yeah.
And what's on the horizon for Wendell? What's 2020?
Mic up.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry.
We're nearly done. What's 20? So we're mid half 2026, 2027.
Yeah.
What's Wendell Sailor looking? What's on the horizon for the great man?
Look, to be honest, I've sat down with my management team and stuff, and we're looking at a couple of different options. I want to go overseas and see my kids. I haven't seen my kids for a while. Tristan's playing over the Super League.
Yeah, that's a must.
And just to see him run around there. And then my daughter's in Ireland. And last year when she left, she always checks in. But I just think I've got enough going on with ambassador roles, and I got a few mates in Queensland said, mate, look, we'd love you to come and do this grassroots stuff. And I said, yeah, 100%.
Triple Eight as well.
Yeah, whether it's Indigenous, and I just, for me, it's not just about doing the Indigenous stuff. It's like there's country kids who need us. Like there's droughts out there. There's like and I don't care whether you're ethnic, you're black, you're white, you're Chinese. At the end of the day, I just think sometimes I think my job now, and I think the big thing for me is I want to get involved in kids from adoption because sometimes they think they're not enough. And even for a long time, and for a lot of times, I thought I wasn't enough. Even when I lost both my mums, lost both my mums back in at the start of COVID, which I know for COVID for you guys, it was terrible.
Oh, no, you've still got your story, man, and that's
horrendous.
horrendous.
No. But I just want even want to sit down with those young kids. But and I just think honesty is the best policy with kids. Look at what's happening in the world now. Got a lot of mates who are special forces and that, and a lot of army mates. But I just want to. I feel like I can breathe now. I feel like now that my name's been cleared.
Yeah.
And that's hanging over my hanging over my head for a little while.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I can be myself without trying to. No, I'm not. Sometimes when you can't be yourself,
take a step back.
Yeah, sometimes when you can't be yourself, it's a tough one,
Yeah.
And that's one thing about you guys, working with Bet Deluxe for the last couple of years, and things that we do,
and Bet Nation.
Yeah, Bet Nation, and all that, and it's all good for me. Like it's just, but the footy stuff's easy to do because it's what I do.
Yeah.
But also having a son that's involved in the game, knowing a lot of the players, one thing I love is. I love my AFL, I love my soccer. I'm a Chelsea man, and I saw the other day.
We had a bet at the start of the year.
Anyway, where times are we?
No. Yeah. Chelsea shit. He was on Everton. I'm at Chelsea as well.
Oh yeah.
Whoever finished higher on the ladder.
I mean, I still don't even know.
Chelsea shit the bed.
Yeah.
And I have to get fucking blue air for a few days.
Yeah.
So Everton finished higher than Chelsea.
They're
5 games to go, and Chelsea's on 48 points, Everton's on 47 points.
Yeah, you'll be right. But also, what about Man City? Man City are going to win it now. What are Arsenal, mate? Arsenal, mate. One job, mate.
One job.
Bottle it.
Yeah, Arsenal.
One job.
You've got one job as well, fella.
Thanks to Bet Nation, this has been one of the great. I think we can all agree. Like this has just been one of the great chats. Yeah. We knew it would be.
Yeah. You're an easy.
We appreciate the time, big fella.
Great,
He does this quite often. He does this quite often.
It's like the two Ronnies.
We should really pull up another seat.
Come on. So, really good question. So for me, from since I was 4 or 5, I've always copped it. Like North Queensland, where I'm from, mate. KKK was big back then, white supremacists. So, mate, when we'd walk around, Mum and Dad would tell us, mate, just be careful. Like, and they'd throw stuff at you and they'd spit at you and that, like a lot of rednecks. So, but the thing about my parents, too, so for me, I absorb it. So when I played footy, when you watch some of those Indigenous boys or whether, it doesn't have to be Indigenous, it can be, the Muslim brothers and that, you just absorb it and you just go, this is the way to beat them because, and that's why it's just with that passion, like if I scored 4 tries, I remember one time I was playing against the Dragons in the corner and there's a few of these Lebanese boys are getting into me and mate, I'm an entertainer, so I love it. The more you sledge me, and they were into me. So then Trent Barrett kicks the ball to me. There's this try score. I beat about six people, and as I score it, I get the ball and I throw it down, and I say to myself, there's your black so-and-so. Yeah. And then I walk back to the corner, and then I just sort of go. and Wayne Bennett didn't see it. Wayne Bennett goes, it's embarrassing. Wendell Sailor scored one of the great tries here at Wynn Stadium, and all these people are heckling him. It's a disgrace. And then later on, we get the bus. Wayne goes, hey, were you giving those blokes fingers? Yeah, I said they'll racially vilify me. He goes, that's okay then. But Wayne Bennett was good too but it just happens in and around the game, And one thing I'd say, and I'll say this from my point of view. I think sometimes we take it too far in the sense where I think there was a gay sledge or something, and someone got 4 or 5 weeks for that.
Yeah.
Oh, recently? Yeah. St Kilda Football Club.
Yeah.
9 weeks.
Mate, 9 weeks. Like, I know.
I
know it's a tough one. I know it's a tough one.
Sensitive.
Yes, but mate. Can I just say this?
Allegations.
Yeah, allegations.
You can't call somebody a maggot. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but mate, oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Any other questions from the?
Yeah.
I just thought it was
No, it is. It's a good question.
It's fascinating. It is. It's a good question.
It's a good question.
built up armor, it sounds like. So you use
That's
ammunition,
yeah.
This armor you built over childhood.
Yeah. But then you know what? It's funny. Then you go. No, it's a good question. Then you go out. No, but then you go out and someone is still like, I'll tell you now. I reckon the last 3 times in the last 6 months, somewhere middle of the day, in the afternoon walking home, I was walking past this dog one day near my place, our place in Wollongong, me and a mate. Anyway, and I called him and I said, mate, this dog was going at me. I said, shh, this white redneck comes out and he goes, leave my dog alone, you fucking nigger.
Ooh.
Yeah, I call the cops. Because you know what it is? It's not about me. If that's my daughter, and so if he's saying that to me, imagine what he's saying to fucking young African kid and that. And I'm sorry, mate, I'm not a dangerous fucking person.
No.
You know who dangerous is? Some of those fucking police officers are dangerous, mate. Yeah. You've seen how, but also, I don't always blame those police officers, like, because some of the way those kids treat them, mate, like, you guys are getting broken to left, right, and centre down here.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
The machetes and shit, mate. Oh, mate. If anyone pulls a machete out of my daughter, can I tell you?
It'd be the last thing they do.
Yeah.
We had an amnesty, remember? We spent $10 million on it. And you know what it was, don't you? You'd go in there with your blunt machete and you'd walk out with 3 sharper ones. And that was our amnesty.
That's actually good. It's actually a good podcast. It's actually quite fucking relaxing, this podcast. Because
it's really good to unpack something like that as well, because you have to build up some resolve as I'm going to say as a youth as well, but you've got to be able to carry that through. Otherwise, every 10 minutes you're either in a fight or you're in bloody jail.
Well, that's what I mean, and that's why I never go to jail. Can I tell you? Because I know in my head, I got mum and dad who live there a little bit, and just go.
Oh, you've always going to have.
Yeah, but mum and dad always said, "Keep your hands to yourself, mate." Yeah. So fucking when people write shit like, I got people ringing me out from overseas going, "Mate, I heard that the cops are trying to fight you." He goes, "Mate, are they fucking? They need to fucking send 12 Raptors." I fucking know, mate, but they won't send the Raptors because they know they're on the wrong. But you know what I kept whining about when I kept saying, "Look, they're still my wrist from when they tried to cut off my circulation." And you know what? And they go, "You got to jump in the paddy wagon." I said, "I'm not going with you guys." I said, Black Death's in custody. See, I told you. That's why they didn't use the footage, mate. Like, it's just...
No, I know.
It's true, no. But then I rung up, as soon as I got out, I was only there for like 9 hours. And because I was going to ring my fucking lawyer, I was going, "Mate, these blokes are fucking kidding." And he goes, "No." He goes, "You got nothing wrong." But so none of that footage got out. You know who I feel sorry for? Tiger's footage, Tiger Woods.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't help himself out, the great man.
The great man.
He's worth $400 billion. Just get an Uber fella.
One of the great.
Get a driver.
Just get a driver.
And let's be fair, let's keep him on call.
Yeah, I know.
Have a guest house. Just have a guest house.
Yeah. Where was he going?
If he likes, he's going to get some milk. If he likes the drink that much, fair enough to him. He can do whatever. He's worth more money than God. Just have a little guest house out the back for old mate.
Here's something novel.
What are all the beeps?
And he's trying to walk in the straight. It was pretty fucking grim, wasn't it?
Lob somebody a hand and say, "I just need to get some milk. Do me a solid and go and grab it and keep the change."
You know, he's a good mate of mine. Like,
flip the car.
Oh, mate.
How about the car on it?
No, you know the best part of that was? Just talking to the president. Mate.
President of what? Alcoholics Anonymous.
The cop's like, "Tiger, please go this way." No. Talk to the president.
Even the pro,
any other questions?
No, it's been awesome.
Mate, thank you very much.
That's good. You guys are great. Great. Yeah, it's good.
Thanks to Bet Nation again. We'll be back. We'll hopefully, mate, just good to chew the fat.
Yeah, who have you had so far?
Well, nothing else matters.
Fev, Dark, Cuda, now Wendell Sailor. Not a bad stable.
Yeah, I love Big Cuda. Hey, you should get one time, Dane Swan.
Oh, Swanee.
Swanee would be good. Swanee would be good. All right.
We'll get him. We'll get Dids. We'll get them all going on. We're going to break this up into 2.
We are.
Yeah. Lovely.
Thanks again, guys.
Beautiful. Appreciate it.
Beautiful.
Thanks, fella. Cheers.
Love you. Cheers.
Think, is this a bet you really want to place? For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858